I am here to make a presentation on uninterruptible power supplies, or you can call simply UPS. This is the last topic under first unit power supplies of analog electronic circuits. These are the things covered in this presentation. One is introduction and reasons to use UPS, different types, that is online and offline UPS and their disadvantages, different problems by power supplies, batteries and their maintenance. Finally, some multiple choice questions, that is MCQ. Let us start the presentation with introduction. This UPS is an electrical AC power supply system and it is used as standby source for critical loads such as computers, medical equipments, important data centers like telecommunication, defense and space stations. Also, this UPS system is used where normally AC supplies are not available or used where AC main supply becomes interrupted. Therefore, it is called uninterruptible power source. This system is different from other and auxiliary power systems like generators. Why? Because this UPS will provide protection to the loads against power interruption instantaneously by using batteries. Let me see what are the reasons to use UPS. Uninterrupted power supply systems are AC supplies. Because of AC supply, this provides AC power to the loads when the mains fails. Here mains means KEB power supply. It provides protection against power outages or power failures. This UPS not only supplies power, also protects loads from power failures such as high voltages, that is power surge, power spikes, noise and etc. Means this UPS protects the loads. Loads means all household equipments. They are run by AC mains or electrical supply. Protects the loads from most power failures. It provides voltage regulation during power line over voltage and under voltage conditions. Voltage regulation means it maintains output voltage constant, that is 230 volts for single phase power supply. At all situations, when power lines gives over voltage, that is more than 230, and when power line voltage drops from 230, that is under voltage conditions. The inverter produces either a single phase or a three phase AC depending upon the type of UPS. So in UPS, inverters are used. Inverter is a circuit that converts energy stored in batteries, that is DC, into AC. And this inverter is either single phase or three phase. Therefore, this UPS can be used in industries and also in domestic applications. Also, the UPS is typically used to protect hardwares such as computers. We know that fluctuations of power causes data loss, also causes damages to the softwares installed in our computers. And medical equipments. This is particularly in ICU, intensive care unit. Interrupt free power is required in ICU, okay, to monitor patient conditions. And in data centers like defense information centers, satellite monitoring and tracking centers like master control facilities, that is MCF, where satellites are tracked and one of such MCF is in our state near Asan, right? Also, this UPS is used in telecommunication department where all communication activities are recorded. Also used in cell phone towers. Because of above said reasons and the requirement, the UPS is used. Mainly, there are two types of UPS are available depending upon the operation. One is online UPS and the other is offline UPS. Let me explain online UPS. This is the block diagram of online UPS. It consists inverter. This is the main circuitry, rectifier, batteries, and some static switches. These are the switches by power components. In this UPS, inverter operates continuously. I mean, when the mains power is available, the UPS converts mains AC into DC by rectifier, and this is used to store batteries. Then this DC again converted to AC by using inverter. This inverter supplies the power, that is in the form of AC, to the critical loads. This is when the mains is available. I mean, when the mains is present, that means there is no failure. This rectifier converts the AC of mains into DC. That DC is used to charge the battery. Also, this DC is converted back to AC by inverter, and this AC is used by the loads or the household equipments when power is not available, or when there is an interrupt, or when the power fails. Then the inverter provides supply to the loads by the energy stored in batteries. Therefore, the inverter is always connected in the circuit. So, you cannot feel breaking of mains while you are using this online UPS. That is, UPS automatically switches between main power supply and battery power. Because of this reason, the online UPS is also called no break power supply. These are the static switches or the automatic switches, and these switches can only be activated depending on the conditions of UPS, or in other words, UPS controls power to the load through these static switches. SCR means silicon control rectifier. It is a power device, is the best example for static switch. This normally on static switch is always in on state. There is a chance and it breaks circuit, that is the inverter and the load circuits during power problems to protect the loads against failures. And this static switch, normally off static switch, is always off to isolate, to separate the critical loads from the main supply directly, or it isolates the loads from direct mains power supply. Let me move on to next slide. Advantages of online UPS. This system is a true no break power supply. We know that this UPS not only used as only standby power supply, also fulfills some important requirements by this concept no break power supply. This is because by inverter the UPS supplies the power either from the mains or from the battery. Therefore, you cannot feel the power failures by the online UPS. The next is fail safe or overload protection with static bypass facilities. This is achieved by static switches, that is UPS consists number of static switches to avoid overloads and source failures. Also, load being always on inverter. It is totally isolated from all the power problems like fluctuations, brownouts, spikes, frequency drips, noise and etc. Let me explain what are these problems. Fluctuations is the variations in the supply voltage. Brownout is the problem by overload. Overload means when you are trying to use the more number of loads and the power of those loads is greater than the loads power supplied by the UPS. Also during power mismatch, that is called power mismatch. Spikes, this is the sudden increase or large voltage at a small instant. This causes permanent damage to the loads, and these spikes may occur during rainy seasons, particularly due to lightning. Frequency drift. This causes when supply frequency changes from 50 Hz. Why? Because in our India, the AC power generated is 230 or 240 volts with 50 Hz. Noise. This is due to unknown interferences caused by mains or by the loads. So all these power problems are under control, are controlled by UPS. Finally, it is the most suitable system in area where clean power is important. That is, this is the best UPS where requires safe input power. But there are some disadvantages here. AC, DC, AC conversion processes results in 25 to 30% power loss. During this double conversion, that is AC to DC and DC to AC, there is a power loss. We know that 100% efficiency is not possible by electronic circuits. The second one, the power loss due to heat reduces the life of the battery. Power loss in the UPS circuit or in the mains reduces the battery life. And the last, because of technology used, online UPS is more expensive. We know that nowadays UPS activities like protection, indication, alarms are programmed and controlled by microcontrollers. Therefore, the cost becomes more. Next, move on to offline UPS. This is the block diagram. See, there is interchange of type of static switch. That is, in the UPS line, the static switch is normally off. It is always in off state, off condition. But in main side, the static switch is in always on state. Here also, rectifier is used to charge the batteries or to supply the required power to the battery to charge, inverter to convert DC to AC for the loads. Let me start. This UPS is standby power supply in normal condition. That is, when power supply is available or there is no power failure, the loads are works directly with the AC mains. See here, the loads are connected directly to the AC mains. At this time, rectifier converts the AC into DC to charge the batteries. I mean, when the AC mains is present, all the loads are functioned with this AC mains. At the same time, the rectifier charges the battery. Let us assume when power lost or interrupts, then it is required to turn on this static switch. It is required to turn on this static switch manually. Then the inverter takes DC power from battery and converts it into a AC, and that power is used to run the loads. Therefore, here the inverter starts working only when the KB power, that is mains power, fails and also initiated by this switch manually. Okay. Once mains fails or drops, loads stops working and they restart their working only when this static switch is activated or turned on manually. This is the major difference between online and offline UPS. Online UPS automatically switches between the mains and the battery power supply, but here offline UPS, it is required to switch over manually from AC mains to battery. Let us see what are the advantages. It is low cost. We know that these UPS is a basic UPS. They don't have protection circuitry, as in case of online UPS. Also, they will not use any microcontroller circuitry. Therefore, the cost becomes automatically reduced. As I said, this is used just as a standby. We can use the UPS when we require power to the load. There is no necessity to use this as a continuous. Also, this is efficient, means this is capable to provide AC supplies to the loads as in case of online. So the advantages are, it is extremely low cost than the online UPS. It is used as just a standby. It operates in silent. That means there is no continuous usage of inverter, and it is also provides AC supplies, required AC supplies to the loads. Let us discuss what are the disadvantages. This offline UPS is not suitable at places where voltage fluctuation is more and for large power consuming loads. For both the cases, where there is a lot of fluctuations or where there are number of high power consumption loads, this UPS is not suitable. High power consuming means three-phase supply devices, or maybe the AC single phase supply devices like refrigerators, air coolers, and some other AC equipments. And the second disadvantage is switching of UPS causes high energy spikes, resulting in permanent damage to sensitive equipment. In the basic operation, when the mains power drops, it is required to initiate the UPS or turn on the UPS to start function. So during the switching or during the turn on of UPS, there is a chance of high energy spike, surge voltage. That voltage may causes some sensitive loads to damage permanently. The next is poor output voltage regulation. As compared to online UPS, the regulation of output voltage, the in offline is very less, or there are some fluctuations. The next is break transfer to battery mode because of switchover delay. So this delay depends on the time taken by the static switches to change their source from mains to battery, or by the time taken by the user to initiate. The last one, UPS will drop the load if there is a high start of current, overload, or inverter failure. So these are the reasons when the UPS will not work properly or it stops working. That is, may the loads require more current because of overload, or the inverter used in UPS is failed. Once the inverter is not functioning, there is no way to supply the AC supply to the loads, because from the battery it is required to convert into AC to supply the power to the loads. And this UPS drop also happens during load short circuit, or if load demands more power than the supply. Let us know what are the different power problems. So these are the main problems, or the power problems from the KB mains. The first one is blackout. This is called power cut. When the power cut occurs, that is when the transformer damage. I mean, this power cut is due to supply transformers damage, or it may be the problems in power lines, that is wires, supply wires in electrical poles. The next is brownout. This is due to overload. So overload is one of the considerable disadvantage. It is required to match the supply load power with the usage load powers. Overload of electrical circuit happens when number of electrical equipments are used at the same time. Then there is a chance to draw more power from the supply. The next is noise. It is the interference caused by lightings generators. Because of this noise results unclean power, that is, there is a fluctuation, flickerings in power. The last one is power surge. It is a dramatic increase in voltage. So this is due to the lightnings, and it occurs in main supply. Also, some household equipments causes some power surge. This surge may last a very short time, but causes permanent damage to some sensitive load equipments like computers. Let us move on. What are the batteries used in UPS? These are some different categories, types of batteries. One is lead acid batteries, nickel cadmium batteries, lithium ion batteries. These batteries are uses different electrolyte to hold a charge. This lead acid battery uses acid or distilled water. These are the low cost basic batteries. Nickel cadmium battery uses nickel oxide as a electrolyte, and cadmium for electrodes. Electrodes nothing but terminals. These are called a dry cell batteries. And this type of batteries, that is nickel cadmium batteries, are costlier than lead acid batteries. But these batteries are maintenance free. And the third one, lithium ion battery. This is used in portable electronic devices. You can found these batteries in your mobile phones. Also, this type of batteries are used in electric vehicles. It uses lithium compounds to hold electricity in it. With appropriate care and use, you can expect a lifetime of batteries from 2 to 7 years. But in practice, it is impossible, right? Let me see how to get battery life by proper maintenance. There are basically majorly 6 points or 6 maintenance required to extend the lifetime of the battery. One is clean the battery terminals with water and baking soda. Because of some conducting materials, so either cadmium is used or the zinc is used at the terminal, and some lead acid batteries, there is in some lead acid batteries there is some uh, corrosion. So that corrosion can be cleaned by using clean water and soda, or there are some solutions are available to clean the terminals of batteries. Coat the battery terminals in terminal spray or to prevent terminal spray to prevent corrosion. So, so there are so many coatings. Even gel type material is used to coat the terminals to avoid corrosion. Tighten the wall down to prevent the battery from rattling or the vibrations. So that loose connections may discharges the battery soon, also causes the heat at the battery. Wrap the battery in a battery heater to prevent damage from the cold. So if you are using the batteries or inverter in the area of cold weathers, it is required to cover the batteries with a box or some wrappers to maintain the temperature. Or if you are using the batteries in air conditioning environment like in computer labs, there is no necessity. Check the battery fluid levels if it is in case of lead acid. Add distilled water if it is low or if it demands. So there are limits indicators in the batteries, in lead acid batteries. Maintain the required level for better charging and discharging. And one more thing is, this is the important thing, always maintain charged battery charge 12.6 volts. So all UPS batteries are of 12 volts. So the batteries are available with 12 volts in different current ratings. Maybe the current is 100 mAh, milliamperes per hour, 150 mAh, 200 mAh. Likewise, the batteries are available. So all UPS batteries are of 12 volts. If you want to increase the backup duration, it is required to use multiple batteries. I think you know about the connections of batteries. If two batteries are connected in series, then this 12 volts is doubled to a 24 volts. If the batteries are connected in parallel, the voltage is same, but the current ratings, if the current rating of that battery is 100 mAh, then two parallel batteries provides 12 volts 200 mAh 200 mAh current. Okay, so by using these activities, you can maintain or to extend the lifetime of battery to some extra days. Let me ask some questions related to UPS. So these are the probable questions uh, based on uninterrupted power supplies. One is, what is UPS? List the merits and demerits of online UPS. UPS means uninterruptible power supply or uninterruptible power source, or simply you can call UPS. So this is used as a standby power supply when the power fails or mains power fails. Merits and demerits. Online UPS has lot of merits. Along with the backup, it provides so many protection. Demerits means it is costlier and so on. The next is, with the help of block diagram, explain operation of online UPS, or may ask operation of offline UPS. These are the direct questions. Compare online and offline UPS. So here it is equal to list out the points between online and offline UPS. So online UPS, in online UPS, the inverter is connected always in the circuit or always in the path of mains and between the mains and load. But offline UPS, it is normally in off state. The inverter is in off state. And online UPS automatically switch overs between mains power supply and battery power supply, but offline UPS, it is required to initiate the UPS once the power fails. And it provide online UPS provides so many protections against power failures, and this is not not capable to provide protection against power failures. And these and some more points related to online and offline UPS. So next is multiple choice questions. The first one is the full form of UPS. So they may ask, uh, what is the full form of UPS? The options are unregulated power system, universal power supply, uninterruptible power supply, uniform power supply. Sorry, first one is unregulated power supply. It is unregulated? No, there is no matter of regulation. It regulates only AC. So this is not suitable answer. Universal power supply? No, it is uninterruptible power supply. Option C is the correct answer. The second one is, a battery charger circuit is found in where the battery charger circuit is available. Battery charger circuit may consist rectifier filters. Okay, it is used available in UPS, or it is in CVT, closed vent circuits, servo stabilizer, none of the above. We know that a battery charger circuits is available in UPS. The option A is the right answer. The third one is, battery used in the UPS is. What type of battery is used in UPS? A non-rechargeable battery? Is it a rechargeable battery? Either rechargeable or non-rechargeable battery? None of the above. So we know that UPS continuously supplies the power to the loads, either by the mains or by the batteries. If the mains is not available, it supplies the power from the batteries. Once the battery is discharged, it is required to charge again. Therefore, the battery is of type rechargeable battery. The option B is the correct answer. The fourth one. Maintenance of lead acid batteries should include routine maintenance of lead acid batteries should include, and how to maintain the batteries, like keeping the terminal clean, coating the connections with petroleum jelly to protect against corrosion, maintaining a trickle charge, that is loose collection, all of the above. So what are the points to be taken care to maintain the batteries? Yes, all of the above. It is required to clean the terminal, it is required to coat the terminal, it is required to tighten the terminal. Okay, the answer is all of the above. That is option D. The last one, the terminals of the battery is made of. Terminals means positive terminal, negative terminals at the battery. Carbon, copper, mercury, zinc. Carbon, it is not suitable answer. Copper, it is a superconductor. Mercury, it is a liquid metal. Zinc, yes, this is the correct answer. Zinc is used as a terminal in the battery because zinc is corrosion free metal. also a good conductor. Therefore, the zinc is used as a terminals in the batteries. This brings us to the end of this presentation. So I hope you are clear on how UPS works, how to maintain the batteries, and now you are capable to decide which UPS is better and which is suitable for your usage. Thank you.